Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to MBTV. My name is Captain Lust. I'm your regular host on the channel. I'm joined by the very talented and my previous co-caster on the stream is Perzel Bloomer. How are you doing?
Hey, thank you for that introduction. I'm awesome. I'm very excited, and I'm looking forward to this exciting match. And
double excitement.
Fine, yeah. Double excitement. That excited.
That's awesome.
Times two.
Well, this is the same matchup that we streamed before, which is pretty cool.
Groundhog Day today.
Yeah, Groundhog Day, exactly. These teams met in the first week. Let's bring up the bracket so we can get a good idea of what's going on here. They met in the first week where Defenders of Faith won 9-7.
Very
close,
meeting.
Yeah. What happened after that was Defenders of Faith went up into the winners match. They played against Castellans. Irish Rebels went down into the losers match, played against Knights of Malta. Defenders of Faith lost. Castellans went through first in the group. Irish Maltas. Well, that doesn't make any sense. Irish Rebels won, and Knights of Malta went out of the group, or finished in fourth, which means they won't progress to the group to the knockout stage. It means these two teams in the position where they both won one match, and lost one match in the second place playoff. Yeah.
For the second place.
Exactly. The importance of this match is that second place does go through to the knockout stage, so it's really significant, and it's really important that both of these teams win. Obviously, that's not possible, which is why we're having this game. Only one team can go through to that exciting knockout stage.
Yeah, the winner will play against the winner of Group B, I think, which is Legend.
That's right.
So that's what they are facing if they go through here.
And the loser's just
and
out.
I don't know what to say. Like, do you have any any ideas how this will end? What are your
this game?
What are you tipping? Yeah.
Well, the thing is, Defenders of Faith were really impressive last time. They surprised everyone, and I think certainly not least Irish Rebels were definitely surprised by the result. The problem is there's just so much quality in this Irish Rebel side. I mean, it's really hard to see them losing it again. It was quite surprising they lost last time, I guess, but after seeing Irish Rebels versus Knights of Malta, I find it hard to believe that they'll lose this match. But I mean, Defenders of Faith have been playing great lately, so who knows? And what do you think?
I'm also not really sure. Like, there are things for both sides working. For example, DOF is coming from a loss, which is never really nice, and ER is coming from a win, so they have the momentum right now. They
think that makes a big difference?
Played really nice against Malta. I mean, I don't know, it could go both ways, right? They could also think, oh, we got this again, now we are confident, let's just win this easily or something. If they are thinking like that, they are in trouble. Like, they should definitely take DOF serious, but because of the first match, I think they will do that. They will be prepared. And they changed their strategy. The first time they played on Valoran, they thought that they had good chances against DOF on the closed map. This time, both teams banned closed maps. It's really interesting to see, and they ended up playing these two open maps. So they both
Silk Road, yeah. It's quite an interesting result. We don't often see that. I mean, normally the teams will sort of settle, I guess, and they'll subconsciously think, okay, this team is going to be better overall. They've got better infantry. We've got better cav. We're going to try and pick the open map. They're going to try and pick the closed map, and it just ends up like with a closed and an open map. Often that's the case.
Or a mixed map.
Or a mixed map, yeah. After the bans. But yeah, both of these teams gunning for the open map. Neither of them willing to ban it either. And we see Defenders of Faith play Field by the River. Is this for the third week in a row they're playing Field by the River.
They really love this map.
They love
I
it.
think, yeah, they really love it. Yeah,
They said
and that's
4-4
good.
last
I
time,
mean,
and they didn't do too great against Castellans on this map as well, which is so interesting because they love it. But is it working out for them?
yeah, sometimes you're just used to a map. It doesn't really say so much about how you perform there, right? I mean, if they feel comfortable here, if they know every corner and every tactic you can play on this, it might be good for your nerves, especially like if you start on this map. You might have an easier start.
I'm looking at this now. Sorry to interrupt as well, but
no problem.
Defenders of Faith did actually win 5-3 against the Castellans on this map, which means that, well, that's pretty good for them. Cause, I mean, considering they did actually lose the match, they managed to win on this map overall. So it does show that they do have a lot of open map strength.
Yeah, but I would be careful with the last spawn. You never know. Like, some teams are they're used to try out new members, for example, to give them some match experience. So I don't know how serious Castellans played on the last 2 sets.
I think it's at the stage now, though, where really they can't get away with that anymore. Like, there's no more chances. This is the second place match. If you lose now, you're out. So teams can't afford to be sort of rotating their rosters, playing different players. I think they just have to just give it their all, use their best players, and if someone misses out, they miss out, unfortunately.
Well, but I mean, we were talking about the Castellan match, and there it is kind of like a knockout situation, so since they were through, it was not important to have a good round difference. So I think it's okay
that's true. That's
to be a little bit more risky, to
I see what you're saying.
I mean,
yeah.
Did you get someone for the interview, for example? I don't know, maybe someone
from
already
Castellans?
left, isn't it? Yeah?
Yeah, we did have an interview with the Castellans. I think we have we had a few people from the
Bishop,
interview.
I think. Yeah?
Sorry?
Bishop? I remember.
You can go check out the interview on our... You put me on the spot here quite badly.
I think it was Bishop, Fred and Yami, to be honest.
That's right,
and
yes, no, that's that. You're completely right, Bishop, Fred and Yami, that's completely right.
So that means that OGL was probably still playing, so that's not an excuse then. But I mean, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. All I wanted to say is that I think if it would be going for round difference, Castellan would probably have played until the last round super ultra serious, and I'm not sure if we can read anything out of the fact that you have
I see
won
what you're
this.
saying, yeah. No, that's a fair point. I guess it's the same with Irish Rebels versus Knights of Malta. I mean, Irish Rebels won 8-0 on their map, but really Knights of Malta, I guess. I mean, they did do really well on the first set, but I think it got to the point where Irish Rebels just, you know, after Knights of Malta got actually knocked out, it's hard to think they would have tried too hard, I guess, on the map.
Yeah, they might have become a little bit sad or something, like not trying so hard anymore.
Yeah.
True.
But Knights of Malta can join in the ECL, I believe they have that right.
Yeah, I heard about that too. What a cool idea. I really like it. It's nice for the teams.
Well, there was loads of demand. Like, there's a lot of teams that, especially in the qualifiers, they were just knocked out before the fun restarted. And it's such a shame because there's so many players. I mean, there's more teams got knocked out in the qualifiers than there are overall. Is that wrong? That's a wrong statistic, is it? I'm not sure. No, that's right, I think. There's
24 teams
because there were 24 teams in the qualifiers.
Yeah, and 16.
And
16
teams
now in the tournament.
Yeah, so 20 teams were left out of the tournament, which is a lot.
Crazy.
So,
yeah.
So
it's really crazy.
I think there was definitely something needed to happen. And it's great that it did.
It's amazing that there are so many competitive clans at the moment and so active and like.
It's the game we love.
Motivated.
It makes people crazy. I mean, we've been at a conference today. There's a sort of like a little exhibition kind of thing in Ankara, where Tailwatch is based. We've just been sort of playing, like sort of showing Warband to a couple of people. It's like a sort of small kind of starting little conference for Turkey. Like you see like little kids come along and they're playing multiplayer against each other. And what happens is you see them, they get like a couple of kills, and then when they get killed, you look in their eyes and they're driven wild. You see them with that Warband like craze, and they just want to play more. It's when they die they just go, oh my god, I need to get some revenge. I mean, I think in that sense it's so different from other games. Like if it's a shooter or something, I mean, you feel so disconnected. Like everything happens so fast. Whereas in Warband, it's so intense, and you really feel it when you get hit. You really feel it when you kill someone as well. And you honestly, I saw it today, and I've always believed that Warband has something special. But today I saw it in the eyes of children, and it really drives them wild. Anyway,
amazing.
totally irrelevant. We should get back to talking about
No,
the game.
it's
a little
interesting. Thank you for that insight. I agree. Like, it's more like a sport, kind of, because you have a skill that you can train, really,
Yeah.
like you would train a sport.
bit. And you really
It
have,
is
you
an
have really
e-sport.
recognizable styles as well in Warband. Like, that's something that I
Yeah,
really think is important about the game.
exactly. And you can see your heroes, you can meet them on IG. That's also
Yeah.
amazing, right? Like, if,
That is
if
awesome.
I see Scar, I'm like, oh my god, look at this guy, he's so awesome, I want to play like him. Like,
Oh,
great.
big shout out for Scar there. Scar gets a lot of love on this stream, and I'm happy with that.
Yeah. And also people like Danner, or like, you have so many different styles. You can really see what style you like, and then try to get there, to become closer, to try to understand what he's doing. I mean, that's the thing, it's never ending, right? Like, the more you understand about the game, the more you see what you're doing wrong,
Yeah.
and where you can improve. And then if
The
you improve
crazier you
that,
get
you
about
see
it,
a
yeah.
counter to that again.
It is the
It's
beautiful
really
game.
awesome. Yeah. And I just, I love kicking at the moment. I discovered that for me.
Oh, do you have over 50 ping? Because when you have over 50 ping, kicking
No.
becomes some kind of crazy dream.
Yeah, I know. But I won't high my ping just for that. No, no, no.
Oh, it's
no.
worth it.
I love my low ping from Germany. It's awesome.
I think we're gonna be
Oh,
on
re and
right
go.
now. Okay.
Map intro.
Okay, let's hit it. Okay, and we get to the game. Defenders of Faith versus Irish Rebels. We are now live. Defenders of Faith playing first as the Rodox side against Irish Rebels as the Vegas side. And we haven't really talked about this map faction setup yet. So what do you think of it? Vegas versus Rodox on Field by the River. I can take a little guess myself, but what do you think of it?
I mean, since they both love their caps so much, I think I would maybe give it a little bit more to Vega, because they have the good archers and the good cap. Rodok also has solid cap, I think, but the fire rate from Vega is just amazing, and I don't know, every archer likes Vega, I think.
The thing is, Rodok have decent cav, but they have like the 4 riding skill, like they have the lowest riding skill of any cav as well, which is the big problem. Like, as a person who plays as a cav, I think, I mean, even when I play cav, which is very rarely, you just feel how much slower your horse is, and it just feels so sluggy. It feels like horrible, and compared to playing like the other factions, and especially compared to playing Nords with the super fast cav, I think cav players, even though it's not that big a difference, they really, really hate it, as far as I know. So I would give a bit of an edge to Vegas here.
Okay. Where are they actually? Like, I see Sphere on the open field. Are they in the big
IR
forest?
up by the hill. You see on the minimap they're over by the hill, up by the castle. And they seem
Oh,
to
that's
be
interesting.
sort of edging forward. Carpe Diem at least does as well. And, Drags has moved forward to the big forest as well.
Lübeck is already hit. I didn't saw that, where that's going.
I guess he's up by the castle.
3 archers on both sides.
Yeah, but an extra horseman there for Irish Rebels, taking the 5 versus just the 4 of Doff. Doff choosing to take their infantryman. I think this worked really well for them actually against Castellan, having Dante there, especially holding on that flag. And he was really great in that role actually. He was great last time against Castellan.
He's amazing in surviving, it's crazy.
Yeah, I've put him as a key player there because he made a massive difference on Field by the River. So it'd be interesting to see how IR plan to deal with him. They've got some very talented cav that perhaps could overwhelm him, but we'll see how exactly it plays out.
ER decides to push the small forest, I think, to maybe get the archers out there.
Yeah, it looks like it. They're sort of starting to close in. Did you manage to bring down Kohath before the fight starts? Varangin's around her in the fight as well. Sebek and Era both seem to be playing as a Dragoon role. Donut's taking a Corsair as well, so very mixed cav rolls here from IR. Donut gets a beautiful couch lance there, brings down Erminas off his horse immediately. It's going to force him down into the melee fight. But in the meantime, look at this. Doffer raising the flag a lot. IR have got an 8-6 player advantage, and now it's starting to roll in, and they do bring down Dante as well. I was going to make the point that Doff's flag is so much higher, but IR are starting to run away with this now. Double kills for Sphere, double kills for Hopkin. And IR absolutely flying right now, just showing their class. 1 kill back there from Death Angel. Triple kill now for Hopkin. Formerly known as Charles Hopkin. That's a very big statement.
He was missing the first match, and I think, him being back already probably gave ER like a good motivation, like a energy, I guess.
He was massive against Malta as well. He really was.
Yeah, I saw that. That's true.
He's a player we've been following for a long time, actually. Even from the start of Irish Rebels, when it was him and Barbarossa, I believe. Something Barbarossa, maybe General Barbarossa, or was it just Barbarossa? I don't know.
Don't know.
They were a sort of fearsome cav duo for Irish Rebels, way back in the WNL 3 or whatever. But great player, and very one-sided there for the Irish Rebels in the first round. I think Doff have to consider what's happened there, and very quickly think about how to deal with it.
It seems like, as we said, like the Vega cav is really strong, really dominant. If they win their cav, like if their cav kills the Rodder cav, then it's getting really hard for the Expo and Dante on the flag.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, the thing is, when you're playing with one less horseman, even if they are dragoons, whenever you're playing with one less horseman, it's always the case that you have to get an early kill on their horseman. Otherwise, I mean, if you get outnumbered with cavalry, it can be a big issue, which is why we see so many cavalry on these open maps right now.
Yeah, I heard that. I don't know who said that, but someone said, like, what's the counter to cav? More cav.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, yeah, true.
And it's weird, because it was always kind of a joke. 8 cav, all cav. And even though we're not quite doing that yet. And sorry, go on.
I really like the position of ER right now, because the flag down here won't spawn again. So I'm not sure about Death Angel in the ruin there. He might be good for the field flag.
Yeah, okay,
the
yeah, no, you're so
name-giving
right.
field.
That's something that Doff perhaps might not have considered, actually. He's a very long way away from that flag up on the hill.
I mean, they are in the beginning of the big forest, so they push forward a little bit.
Yeah, it's clear they've considered it as a team. But you're right, leaving that player a long way away, it is a risk. I mean, it will pay off, and I think it will be useful if he does spawn in the field, but it's a long way to run for that hill flag.
I would like to see him doing a pre-flag push or something. That would be cool. But right now it is about going left or right, so
5 seconds left.
Wouldn't, yeah.
Okay, so flag's going to spawn now. Does spawn in the field, so a little bit of a risk, perhaps paying off there for Doff. And I like that. I do like a gambling team. Sphere is going to be straight on that flag, though. He's going to have to back off from it. I think the plan might have been for him to raise it a little bit, but he's going to have to back off. Doesn't want to get his shield count shots there. Early cogs have been for Death Angel there as well, so down goes Donut. And that must have been a massive shot. I don't know where that happened from, but that was from the ruins. That was from the ruins over to the middle of the field, so that must have been some crazy shot. Yeah. And that is going to immediately even up the cav count, which we were talking about, and that is going to make a big difference here for Doff in this round. IR playing with the Vegas, with the faction that's considered to have an advantage, they have to be very careful here. Sebek mounted on a Corsa right now. Carpenter brings down Gadrick, so immediately one of Doff's cav does go down as well. And Doff, in spite of having basically weaker cav due to being on Rodox, they are willing to engage IR in these cav duels. I think it's a bit risky. But Dante's moved on to the flag right now, so the pressure is on IR. They've got to move over towards that flag as well.
UWEC is shooting from the fence, so they have a nice crossfire with Sphere on the tree there. Yeah,
that's true. They haven't not been able to deal with Sphere at all there. They sent out some cav at the start, but they have not troubled him. I think the archers are starting to pressure him away, and he has actually got quite low health now as well. Dante and Rangin on this flag. There's 40 seconds left. IR have to make a big play for this now. Jubek brings down Dante. That's a big kill there from IR.
Yeah.
And right now, Jubek is unchallenged shooting onto that flag. For Rangin under a lot of pressure. Death Angel getting kills in response.
Sphere! Nice! Now the crossfire is gone, but Dante's already dead, so...
Yeah, Irish was just playing, just taking their time. Not being pressured by the higher flag of Doff there, just setting up their crossfire, playing a strong game.
17 seconds.
Yeah, I think IR have taken it now.
Oh, they can't reach the flag, yeah.
It was really nice positioning play there from IR as well. Just playing very sort of stable, not being concerned about the flag situation, just making sure they got their own crossfire set up, got their cav alive. And another sort of very one-sided round there from Irish Rebels, in spite of it looking a bit sort of quite even, I think, from the start there. Did not end that way.
It doesn't seem to pay off to go to the flag first so soon. It seems like it's very predictable then, right?
Yeah.
Like the archers know they just need to shoot at the flag.
It's about a trade-off, isn't it? There's different advantages and disadvantages. It's about how you play on from that as well, I think. But yeah, right now, I certainly agree that just sending someone to the flag into a crossfire, it's not working out for Doff at all. A little bit of a show of respect there from I believe that was Donut. Just saying NS. Nice shots with Death Angel there.
Oh, nice.
Little nod there. But when there's a big shot like that, even if it's an opponent player, show him a little nod of respect.
Yeah, it was impressive.
It's a shame we missed it on the stream.
I believe Donut, is he the player from the clan Army where he played before?
Yeah, he was in Army before. He's
Probably,
been in a few
right?
different clans. I think he was in Core for a while.
Yeah, could be.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
I always thought of him as an inf player, but he's doing really nice work on a calf here.
Yeah, he was great actually last week, I thought, on the closed map. I believe they played against Castellan.
Okay. I think it was for Lauren again, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I think it was. He did a lot of big work there. Drags takes a hit there early on in the round somehow. Interesting to see Drags playing Archer. He's been playing Inf quite a lot lately, but obviously IR not playing any Inf here. I always consider Drags to be a pretty solid open map Archer, but kills so far coming in from Jubeg and Sphere. We see here Carpe Diem picking up 6-0 there so far after 2 rounds.
Wow.
Oh, and Drags does go down as well there, obviously taking a bit of a risk. Dolph capitalising and actually giving themselves once again a really early player advantage. Which is definitely what they need to get back into this game.
Yeah, they need to take advantage of that.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, but still 2 archers left, so they can still... Oh, flag spawned?
Yeah, spawned down by the wooden bridge again. And Dolph are on it straight away. Dante's going to move right onto that and start raising it. Smiley will be joining him.
Or he will go to the wooden bridge or the lone tree.
Yeah, no, it looks like he's going to move out, actually, yeah. And, whoa, what's happened here? Dolph have sent Cav forward. That have been killed by IR's horseman immediately.
They've lost
an archer and a horseman there. Oh, I think they must have had a wide flanking archer by the wall, which IR seems to have overwhelmed. Dante once again raising the flag. And he comes with Dolph Cav here looking in pretty good shape, but IR
But you can see now, when Dante is at the flag, he can't defend his archer. His archer was like 20 feet away, but died because he got pressured by all the Cav.
Exactly, yeah. Now in comes Sphere. He's going to start shooting at point blank range. Moving to the melee. Although IR have already won this round. I mean, they're already 6-4 ahead. Well, maybe not 1 actually. Dante got a kill. Well, I don't know. Oh, now Ermenes gets a kill. Now Dante gets a double kill. Oh my god, it's 3 against 3. I thought Dolph were going down again. But clearly I'd fallen asleep because right now it looks like actually Dolph are in the advantageous position. They've still got 3 players up here. 1 archer, 1 cav, 1 inf. And Dante on the flag, doing his thing, staying alive. Oh, and a mess up there from Error. Misses Dante while he's on the ground, which lets Dante get up. Carpe Diem goes down and Dolph. Someone telling us around. Beautiful shot there from Smiley. Finished the round.
They needed that.
Well, Dolph turned it around massively there. What is it that Dolph did well there that I didn't realise that won in the round?
Let's put it on Dante. I think
Dante,
he stopped Cav, and as soon as the Cav is stopped, the archers are so good that they can instantly punish it.
Yeah.
I think they had some nice team play there. Smiley is also a very good team player. I love, on IG for example, you can always count on him. If you're in a difficult situation, he will always turn around and help you.
Oh, that's cool. It seems the archers actually for Dolph are getting most of the kills here, compared to the rest of their
classes. But it is teamwork. I mean, come on. Like, first you need to stop the Cav, and then the archer shoots. Yeah,
oh, certainly, of course. Dante playing huge there. I think a slight mistake from Error right at the end there. I mean, he had Dante on the ground. He could have finished him off there. Could have swung the round for them, but managed to stay alive. I think Error like hit a horse or something like that was sort of standing there.
Oh, that's so unlucky then.
Once again, IR rushing this wall position where Korath is left alone. He has got himself a lance to defend himself, but he's under so much pressure. Yeah, Sebek and Error are going to dismount because they are playing that Dragoon class. Hopkins loses his horse though. Yeah, and Dolph making the best of this. Korath has done a very good job to stay alive so far, but he is going to go down, I think, eventually. No, slips away, just about. He could have gone and mounted one of those saddle horses and just ran away, but he's actually been forced out into the open right now where he's very, very runnable. But IR dismounting from these horses, and with Hopkins losing his horse as well, actually not in the greatest position. Actually, are Dolph going to go in there and try and hunt down the saddle horses? No, they're... Ooh, oh my god, Smiley! What kind of a shot was that? Where did that come from?
From the big forest, I think.
Mental. Korath has been brought down eventually. Smiley with a major headshot there, bringing down Hopkins, and Error's left without a horse as well.
Exactly, he lost his Dragoon horse, so now he has to...
And the flag is going to spawn, so this is a significant situation that's happening right now. Smiley has gone down. Rushed by the IR cap,
but
Gadget
so has
brings
Ubik.
Yeah. So, here we have a flag
Flags.
spawning up by the hill. It's the best flag I think IR could have hoped for because area is still reasonably close. Dante brings that Carpe Diem though in the meantime. We've got a major fight breaking out in the forest with Doff taking the advantage for the most part. Doff are 6 players to the 4 of IR and IR on low health as well. Sphere under pressure from Viglaf. Error moving towards Death Angel. But Drag's getting overwhelmed. Dante brings him down eventually. Donut, the last remaining horseman, for Irish Rebels. Moves in to help Error, who is still on full health. Sphere does go down eventually to Viglaf there. Donut loses his horse. And it's Error and Donut, the remaining players for II here. Error gets a first kill against Dante. 2 against 5 is the current situation. Donut goes down. I think Error's going to get overwhelmed here shortly, but there's low health on some of these off players. 3 of these off players will go down to a single blow. And a double kill immediately from Error. He is making this an exciting round for us. Gets overwhelmed though eventually.
And Varangian. Yeah.
Finishes it with the bump lance. And exciting set there. Dolph bringing it back to 2-2. We're going to have a short break here, and we'll see you in half a minute. They have the first set. That was as good a first set as we think we could have hoped for. Personally, what do you think?
Wow, yeah, I'm really impressed. I love comebacks like that. Like, I love it when you can turn it around. And as like, if it's true what we said, that Vega would have a slight edge here, like just faction-wise,
right?
Then this could be huge for DUF, actually.
Yeah, we could. I mean, they'll certainly be looking to take perhaps the lead after this first map, push it into perhaps maybe 5-3 or even a 6-2 advantage if they can get the 4-0 here.
Oh, Death Angels.
Obviously, it is their preferred map, their pick, so they definitely will want to be getting an advantage there because Irish Rebels look really scary on Silk Road. But I mean, how much difference is there in the gameplay of these two maps? They're both open. I mean, if one team takes an advantage here, because okay, let me just sort of rephrase this, because what we're used to playing in the scene before this whole map picking situation was introduced in the ECS, we were used to playing one open map, one closed map every week. But right now we have 2 open maps.
So they can really show.
It breaks the logic of sort of spreading out the style of play, and instead we're having 2 open style of plays. Do you think there's enough of a difference here that it's going to suit IR's style on the next map, or do you think that it, you know, whichever team wins here, we can expect to win on the next map? I mean, what do you think?
Well, first of all, it's interesting to see how DOF will play there, because I never saw them playing Silk Road before. I don't know, I hope they had a lot of training matches to try it out, but it's always different to play it in an official match in a tournament. So I think ER has the edge there because they played that map already against Malta last week. So, that's interesting.
They said they prefer it as well.
Ah, okay. And I think you asked about the type from the map, like the style. And I have the feeling that Silk Road is a little bit more involving the inf as well. It's not that open. You can actually, like right now here, what DOF is doing, they love to spread out with their expos, right? Like put them to the wall, put them to the ruin, to really use the whole terrain. I'm not sure how effective that will be on Silk Road, because you can't really shoot through the houses and the walls, obviously, right? Like you need to stick a little bit closer together and to use your archers effectively, so they're not just at the other corner, not able to shoot at all. That would be a waste of a player, and that's why I think that they might need to switch up their style. But they did that on Valorant. Like they are good in pushing and using their inf effectively as well, so I really can't say it yet. I haven't seen them play, but it could be interesting. Yeah.
There certainly is more closed map potential on Silk Road. But I mean, the real question is, if they want closed map, then why not pick a closed map? They picked an open map, so it's a bit of a weird situation there.
You know, it could be a thing. I didn't actually talk about that with the guys, but it might be something like never change a winning streak or something like that.
Yeah, maybe.
Like maybe they it followed them through the whole tournament. I mean, even in the qualifier phase, we had to play Field by the River. I remember before this tournament, I really didn't like Field by the River, but we played it so much now, and we tried so many different styles and different things. And shout out to Poland, they had really interesting tactics here, especially against Banner. I really loved their performance on Field by the River. And all of a sudden, even as an inf, you can play interesting stuff. Like you can try to, for example, lure the archers towards you, but then run away again, like the kite system and stuff like that. It makes it more interesting to play this.
Okay, that's fair enough. I always say that I think Field by the River has had its day, but I guess with 6 cav and I guess with the move flag, it has evolved, I guess, a bit more. And it's raised the infantry potential, which I definitely agree with.
I like it so much more now.
With the
thanks
different flag.
Thanks to Azan for that. Yeah, definitely.
I think thanks. We're all thankful to Azan for that. I want to give a quick shout out to LaRue, Sweden, saying Doff did good. 2-2 as Rodox. Pretty good. Hope they don't play as defensive as Vegas. Yeah, I guess they did play a bit defensive, but I mean, it makes sense when you're playing Rodox. You can't really move and shoot or do anything crazy like that. And shout out to #BigTimeBoys. I know we have plenty of girls in the community and on the stream as well, but Big Time Boys seems to be a little bit of excitement there in the chat, which we always love, and nice to see E-Man in there as well. I think we're live now, are we? So let's jump back into the game.
Okay.
Alright, here we are. Irish Rebels. The Rodox faction. The Kingdom of Rodox. Playing as the first team. Currently level 2-2. With Defender... Oh, I put them as Defender of Faith. That is unacceptable. I'm going to fix that immediately. I'm so sorry to the Defenders of Faith.
Oh, DOF has an horse archer. Interesting. Ah, okay. The inf is in the ruin, actually. I can see Dante's a dismounted calf in the ruin with Smiley together. So they take position there. The horse archer. An interesting idea.
They've
I mean,
really
definitely doable as Vega. But they are mobile.
Oh,
I mean, they have all
whoa. First kill comes in there, and that's Kohath going to be snuffed out there by IR Sphere in the early stages of this round.
He was at the stone bridge, I think, right?
Yeah, seemed like it. Yeah, he was. And good start there for IR. In the meantime, Doff moved most of their players over towards the ruins. I guess Kohath was their only player up by the stone bridge, and so that makes sense for them to move down to the ruins to support their other players. But what we do see now is the flag spawning way up on the hill, and that's kind of Doff's plans gone to muck, because they're a long, long way away from what's going on right now.
Yeah, this is really good for ER. Spheres already in the big forest shooting everyone who dares to step close to this flag.
And Dante's been dismounted here, or is he in this?
No, he is a dismounted calf, because Erminus is a horse archer.
Oh, we have seen them play this before.
Yeah.
We saw them just against Castellan, and it did not do anything of any sort of value to anyone at all. Maybe they can make it work. They obviously seem to believe that it will work. And maybe it works in trainings, but I have not seen it work before. Well, what do you think about it?
The thing is, I know a little bit about the story. There was a weekend cup. It was 5 versus 5, and DOF played against Aquila. And Aquila, it was also Vegir on Field by the River, and Firunion, I don't know if you know him, he's playing for Wolfpack at the moment. He's an Aquila
Firunion on the stream, of course.
Yay, Firu, shout out to you. He's amazing, like he actually pulled it off. He was horse archer, and wow, you should watch it. It's streamed as well, and I was amazed by that. We are begging him to try this out here too, but for some reason he thinks, well, maybe with Vega we could try it, but you need the momentum for it, I guess, on the players.
Right now, though, I have to interrupt you because we have the fight breaking out in full force here. Doff have moved up through the big forest, but really into a convenient spot for IR, who are just kind of cutting them down at the moment. It's 6 players against 3 remaining here. Doff on low health as well. Sphere does eventually go down, but he got a couple of kills beforehand. IR raising the flag now as well. Doff do dismount. The Doff heavies dismount, but they do both get taken down in simultaneous shots from Drags and Warringham. And down goes that's there as well. Interesting to see Warringham playing as crosswomen. And he's got like an interesting kind of class choice setup. He plays either ranged or cav, which is quite rare. I mean, normally a player will play either cav or inf, or ranged or inf, in my opinion. Playing ranged or cav is kind of crazy, right?
Well, it would work with the role of these classes, right? Like, he is good in seeking out a chance, like coming out of nowhere, so to say.
Yeah.
Like, either with his arrows or bolts, or as a cav.
I guess it makes
like
sense.
He might be,
from a tactical, strategic perspective, but it's still like as sort of cross disciplines. It's quite strange because in both of them, essentially, you are using melee mechanics as well. So you like it's more of a natural crossover with infantry.
But I mean, he could be used as an inf primarily here, and just be an archer for certain situations or something.
That's true,
like
yeah.
that.
Sphere picking up 2 kills in the last round. Sebek picking up 3 kills. What do you think of the? Well, I mean, they're IR players, but the former SRC players that are currently sort of playing in the IR team right now. You think they're playing well?
What do you think?
Well, I mean, they seem to be doing pretty well. Carbidim had a great set last set. They've got Sebek in right now, but not too many around there. I mean, Virus played in the last game, but he wasn't really that impressive. I mean, not overall, in my opinion, not compared to what we've seen in players before. IR actually playing mostly with kind of IR players rather than SRC.
I mean, you never know. It's also important, for example, in TeamSpeak and just their presence overall. I know that if you have one really sick, awesome player in your team, it doesn't necessarily need to mean that he needs to have 10-0 every single spawn. Just having him, having his knowledge, having his presence, that's also paying off a lot. I mean, maybe just because of him, Sphere is playing better. Who knows? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
sometimes
maybe.
it's like.
And trainings is what helps a lot. Like you're playing with them. Like I know you like, especially as an archer, you can get a lot of kind of competition with other archers and stuff like that in scrims, and it can really sort of help you to raise your game. I think if you have another great archer in your team.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, definitely. I know that Greed and Nella are right now having like a shootout competition. Yeah, it's really funny.
It's cool.
But I think they're doing good, and I guess with every match they're fitting better into the team and having better harmony and all that. So
they seem a lot more like
it.
organised, certainly compared to the last game that we saw between IR and DOF. Flag spawns over here in the field, and kind of in a better spot for DOF, I want to say. Once again, DOF really committed to this kind of like Stonebridge area, even though the flag already spawned in the hill. Kohath once again like sort of stuck up in this high ground. Varangian loses life, and Kohath forced into the shed here. Gonna bust out his bow, and actually it's a bit awkward here for Carpe Diem. He's been kind of stuck there. Kohath's gonna keep shooting at his horse, and actually gonna cause Carpe Diem some problems, I think. Here, no, he's kept Carpe Diem in there for so long. Eventually, does get taken down. I think he made a few mistakes there and actually missed a couple of easy shots there. But in the meantime, he's kept them busy for ages. Donut has picked up a heavy horse though. Dante spinning around and trying to stay alive on this flag, doing his job for the team. There's 30 seconds left.
Boris dismounts to try to pressure him.
Yeah, DOF down to 6 players and now down to 5. They really need to turn this around like they did in the third set. Down goes Dante. Smiley pulls 1 kill back, but I think IR are going to run away with this round. Even if the Redux side.
Oh, it's only 19 seconds though. Okay,
now it's all over.
Yep.
And Irish Rebels pull out ahead once again, and take a 4-2 lead in this map. We do now have some heavy horses too, on Donut and Sebek, and that's going to start causing problems. I think it's interesting to see that IR, they seem to be playing much more, instead of playing with like, sort of 3 heavies, a Corsair, and 2 like Dragoons, they're playing like all Cav this time. All 5 of their Cav are playing Cav, which is kind of a big difference there.
Although you never know, I think they probably started as a Dragoon, but if you get money, if you survive rounds, you just upgrade your horse. Or you might steal it from the opponent.
Yeah, that's true. It's possible they did that, actually, to be fair. Sebek may have picked up a horse somehow. Although, no, we must have spent that money because Donut was the only one with the horse, so I guess Sebek just got loads of kills and just must have...
Well, they definitely have scary Cav now, that's for sure.
Yeah. DOF, they just switched here now, I think, to 6 Cav, which they weren't playing before, I believe.
Yeah, I wonder, they might have given up the horse archer idea.
Yeah, it looks like they have. Honestly, I think that's a smart idea. Like,
yeah, it's good. Yeah.
Especially once your opponents start to get heavy Cav, I think that's when you really definitely need to beat them in the cav count. And that's what they're doing now. They're going to be playing with 6 cav at this point, and they're really just going to try and dominate that cav fight. Because trying to deal with a warhorse when you have when you're on foot, it's just so difficult. Well, interestingly, they seem to have 3 dismounted players. I think they have a dismounted cav player playing again, but no.
Yeah, Dante.
That's weird. Yeah. I don't really see the advantage of this. He's playing with 2 shields. Yeah, that's a little bit strange. I don't know what the logic is there.
Well, the 2 shields could be because he wants to maybe drop it. Oh no, Smiley already has a shield.
Yeah.
But, like, sometimes you can do it that you take 60 arrows and then the inf just drops a shield next to you, and if the arrows are gone, you can pick up the shield.
I just don't see the advantage of him playing cav, and when he could be playing infantry here, I don't think he's giving a horse to anyone. But, oh well.
Yeah, it's really confusing. Maybe he wanted to drop a horse, but it messed up.
Yeah, it could be a communication issue with us changing to cav and him not being.
Yeah, for example.
Ooh, Emerus takes a hit there. Gotta be careful. Seems like the fight's gonna kick off here. But there's a little bit of a scuffle going on by this wooden bridge. As Dov willing to take the cav fight, they do have superior cav numbers, or they have actually equal cav numbers because Dante's not mounted. But that's who comes in for Hopkin though. And the Dov retaliation is not effective. Donut does go down though, and that's one of the heavy horses down for IR, which is good for Dov.
Felix goes down.
Got to be very careful though, Dov, right now, because they're starting to lose their horses now, and it's going to be a big issue. Varangian, there is a hunter there available to him if he can make it over there, but he's getting overwhelmed right now. Boris gets reinforced, and Sebek.
Okay, ER finally decides to go for the archers instead of having these cav duels. Gatrick is dismounting on the flag, but so is Boris. They have their infight at the flag. Hopkin is trying to help, and yeah, Boris gets the kill.
Gatrick goes down.
But this
dropped. It's just Kohath left now, but up at the wooden,
the
stone
on
bridge.
The other field. Yeah. They can't turn it back this time. They should get one round now, I think. DOF, right? Like just
It's hard to say so because I mean, Irish Rippers have started to snowball a bit now. They've got really heavy horses. They did bring down Donut, but I think he might even be able to buy a heavy horse again. It's hard to tell. Let's go over to the IR side and see exactly what they've got going on here.
3 archers again for. Oh, they try completely different now. No, 3 archers and still dismounted cav. I wonder if it has something to do with skimmy drops or shield drops, but it doesn't really make sense.
Yeah, it's possible, I guess.
I mean, as an inf, I can drop 3 shields and have my spear and get a free skimmy from the cav, so.
Yeah, I mean, they've got enough cav to do skimmy drops, haven't they? That doesn't really make sense. Like.
Or get a lance and a skimmy, even drop all 3 shields, or drop 2 shields and get my own war spear.
And the flags spawned up on the hill last round, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's
so
weird
it will
to see
be
Dov committing so hard to the stone bridge position, like when it's so far away from the action. Kara takes a big hit there as well. In fact, might have even been a headshot, or no, it's just a sort of shot into his arm there. Loses half his health.
Would you describe the DOF strategy like they are so far away from each other that they hope that the whole enemy team commits to one side while the other side sneakily gets something done? Is that maybe their strategy? And
it's possible, hope? Yeah, they could just be trying to kite, but I mean.
The problem is that ER is so effective, they actually just go somewhere and kill someone, and then they have the advantage.
Yeah.
And then they go to the next, and that's the thing, they shouldn't go for these cav duels, they instead just go for one archer, and then the next archer, and then the crossfire is gone, and then it gets really hard to hold off against that. Now they are looking at the ruins, Carpe Diem. A bit risky here.
Yeah, a little bit risky, but I guess
too bad
have a bit of an advantage. They can sort of afford to take that risk, I guess, at this point. It does throw Dov into a bit of disarray as well. I mean, Dov are kind of outnumbered in this position as well, so I mean, is it a risk? I mean, IR move in here, and they outnumber Dov, because they, Dov for whatever reason, have these 2 players committed up to the stone bridge. Yeah, I think Dov got lucky with this flag spawn, because these archers are going to be more useful than if it spawned down at the wooden bridge at least. But they're still very close together, and that's a big problem, I think. Kohath moving across now. We've already got the fight kicking off now, over by the ruins.
I mean, right now I think Dante should maybe pressure the archers there. Okay, he's still at the ruin. or pressure Boris, for example.
I are starting to commit to the ruins right now. I think Doff relying on their archers to get something done at this point. Smiley does get a hit on Sebek there. But in comes Drags now. He's going to start keeping Smiley busy. He gets a sneaky shot. Oh, misses it though. And Drags now stuck with his lance melee weapon. In comes Boris to deal with him.
Kohath moved to the village in the meantime. I mean, if they are all distracted in the ruin now, it's only
yeah, there's not much time
1
left.
minute
Doff
left.
going to start raising up.
Maybe
Darkness when he comes to that flag.
it might work.
And I don't think I've got much of a player advantage at this point, really, either, or a health advantage. Smiley actually bringing down Sebek there before the fight goes over, which is that's a really big win, I think, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Smiley does go down
He
eventually.
traded his life.
Yeah. Down goes Gadrick though as well, and in come the Cav now. Carpe Diem bringing down Erminas to pick up his double kill. And Doff really got a hard time. I mean, if they can pile onto this flag, they can maybe stay alive, but oh, the triple kill comes in for Carpe Diem right now. Varangian's got to dismount. Well, he's forced to dismount there. And he gets taken down. Flag returns to him to say, I are going to start raising it now, and I think it's going to be a 4-0 set here for Irish Rebels. I think just a lot of tactical mistakes here from Doff. Which is
it is really a gamble if you only have one in, basically. Like, he's even just a dismounted Cav, so if you only have this guy on the flag and you gamble on getting the flag and then he dies, your tactic is really falling apart.
I really wonder about the logic around that, but we'll talk about it a bit more after this short break. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Okay, we're moving now into half time, I would call it. We used to call it the second break, it's now called half time.
Yeah, sure.
I think
halftime show, like in the Super Bowl. Have you planned something?
No, we have no entertainment.
No, I put you on the spot.
No cheerleaders, unfortunately. I could juggle. I've juggled before on the stream, but I won't do that again. Not for now.
Okay. Well, we are moving on this beautiful map.
Silk Road, yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing a bit of Silk Road. The problem is, though, I mean, Doff, are they? Is it game over for Doff now?
No.
It's not.
No. No.
They've gone down 6-2 on their own map. They go out to play on Silk Road, where Irish Rebels just looked really, really scary on the last match. And honestly, Doff made a lot of mistakes there. I wonder if it's the end of the line for our friends Defenders of Faith.
Maybe it's what you said before, like maybe they just like that map so much and they're so familiar that they didn't really like train it so much or put so much effort in it, and maybe they really ultra prepared for Silk Road because it's new, and maybe the other way around, like maybe ER thinks like, oh, we already played this, we got this.
I think you're clutching at straws at this point. Let's hope that Doff can bring it back, but I think Irish Rebels just look a bit too strong for them right now, and in sort of in all aspects I think the players are looking a bit tougher. Doff making some questionable choices. I don't understand why they're playing with a dismounted horseman and running across the map like that. I mean, where is the advantage of that? Some people prefer the gear, and you get like a decent kind of bit of armor with it, but I mean, realistically.
Yeah, I wonder if he maybe he bought a good. No, that wouldn't make sense either. Well, I'm sure maybe the chat can help us out. Maybe some ideas from the viewers.
Yeah, it's possible, but I just think it makes a mistake, I guess. Silk Road, anyway. We haven't seen too much of this map so far, so it's hard to tell. Nords versus Swadia, overall on an open map. Which faction would you normally back?
I really struggle with finding a good strategy for Nords on open maps. I'm not really sure. I mean, I don't have so much experience with Cav, so I really like Swadia, but in our training matches we saw that if the Nord Inf gets close and they have their jabs, it's really hard to hold off a Swadia.
Yeah,
if you win 1 or 2 rounds
on any kind of map, yeah.
Yeah, if you win 1 or 2 rounds and you have the metal armor, then Swadia is really decent and really good. They have definitely awesome Cav. crossbows are good.
I think one thing about Nords which might favour Irish Rebels is we've already seen them, they like to take like a Corsair and like perhaps have a different kind of class setups and different kind of cav setups when they're taking a lot of cav. I think Nords works really well with that just because you have so much speed. You're getting like extra fast Corsairs, you're getting like faster hunters, and everything is just kind of works really well if you're taking different kind of styles of setups. Obviously the thing you lack though is that heavy lance. So there is the trade-off there.
But I don't know how many people actually use that. I'm
heavy
not
lance?
sure. Yeah.
I think when people go for the I think people take it when they
Oh
can.
wait, I think I misunderstood. Wait, heavy lance is just the. I was thinking about this really.
The great lance, yeah.
The great lance, yeah.
We do see that as well.
Heavy
though.
lance is normal, yeah, true.
The great lance can have some kind of its own impact as well. I know some people use it like they take swaps. I think you need. I don't know if you can get it with a Corsair or not. Maybe you need a saddle horse. But the great lance can have a pretty big impact as well. We've certainly seen a couple of games so far where it's had a huge impact. We'll see how it plays out anyway.
Well, then, yeah.
I think what we're basically going to see is a lot of cav on this map.
Could you give me streamer rights?
I can give you streamer rights, yeah.
Thank you.
We're not
Should we
quite
talk
live
a little bit more about the map? It's made by Viva and Eyecatcher, so it's made by a cav player and an inf player. It's really interesting to see those two. How do you say, like,
that conflict of interest? I think
yeah,
would
yeah.
say.
Oh, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah, I mean it's weird. I mean, players who play specific classes have made great maps of all kinds, but naturally I feel like if you do play a certain class, perhaps you do have a slight edge to give better spots, better positions to a certain class. So it's interesting, yeah, to see that we've had two different primary class players making this map together. I don't know how that worked though. I mean, how do you make a map together? What is the kind of logic behind that?
I could imagine that Eyecatcher started, and then every now and then he asked for input and, could you look at this? What do you think about this? Should I put it more here or here? I remember when I was in Aquila that Nox was making a map, and he was in TeamSpeak with us, and he so often asked like, palm tree or that and that tree, and we're like, I don't know, I can't see the map. Like, it's really funny. You can definitely ask for suggestions and help. They're going back.
Okay, let's run the Silk Road map intro, and I think you're going to like this one, even though people didn't like it before, but let's hit it!
Take thought.
Alright, that is our brand new intro for a brand new map, Silk Road. I love it, and I think eventually it will find its place in the hearts of our viewers as well. If you enjoyed the map intro, I think we lost a few viewers watching. If you enjoyed it though, please follow the channel, because you're my kind of person. Now, we are in the game. Defenders of Faith trailing 6-2 against Irish Rebels, playing as the Nordic side first, versus Irish Rebels,
And
obviously.
they listened to you.
Playing as
They
Somalia.
took inf this time.
They took Inf, okay.
Uh-huh.
They did, but I mean, well, I don't know if that's a good idea. I mean, don't take dismounted cav, but also don't take Inf, maybe, because it's a really open map, and Irish Rebels have 5 cav against 3 of DOF. We'll see how it works. We'll see how it works.
We saw that a little bit with Malta against ER, right? Like, Malta very often just didn't get to the flag. They just died on the way. They were too far away. The flag was raised up again.
Yeah, I mean, it's this flag. You can see where the flags are placed by the Razor logos that you see on the map. There's one in that field, one up towards the gate, and the third one is down by the lake in this position. And really, the flag in the open field, it's so difficult to deal with when you don't have a lot of cav. That's one over by the gate, and this is a good flag spot for an infantry heavy setup. So DOF going to be counting their lucky stars right now.
They probably push up the wall there, I would say.
I are setting up into some archer spots. We got one up with this little platform, and one.
Drax is on the house, on the stairs of the house.
Where's Drax? Oh, yeah, lots of different spots here. A lot of spaces, spots like space to discover for archers. It has been said that there are certain archer spots on this map where it favours playing first person, and there's just a lot of archer spots overall.
Oh, someone needs to warn Sphere. Oh,
shutting down Drags. Or Sphere does go down. Drags bails from his spot and leaves it open for Kohath. In the meantime, the fight is hitting chaotic levels on the flag. Gadrick moves on to the flag position, but Jubeg's going to be shooting onto it. Up goes Varangian to deal with Jubeg. In the meantime, Sebek picks up a double kill. Kohath brings down Drags. Doff, 4 players down to IR 6. Gadrick finished off by Jubeg there. Varangian overwhelmed on IR. Going to be taking this first round. Looks like Phoenix doing his best to rear up these IR cav, but he's going to be walking to the line of sight of Jubeg right now. He's the last remaining player here for Doth. Gets overwhelmed eventually, and Hopkin brings him down. Sebek picks up 3 kills there, so does Hopkin. And Doth got to switch up immediately. I'm just going to call it there. They have to just switch up right now because they can't just go overwhelmed every round like that. And they haven't done. And do you agree? I mean, surely they need more cav, right?
I don't know. I mean, they were not bad with their jabs, but that flag won't spawn anymore. So, okay, then the other 2 flags are kind of open.
Yeah. I'm really like they're in with sort of the last remaining players. The fight just happens with the cav. It happens so fast. Unless the cav are going to commit to sticking with the imp, which is really hard because the cav need to be getting things done. Then their imps stand no chance, and they're just not going to make use of it. The cav have to fight together with them, otherwise they're just fighting 3 against 5, and they're going to get killed every round. Sebek and Hopkin are going to cut them up, and so will Carpe Diem if he gets the chance. But right now they're just fighting for kills. They're really just dominating Doff.
Yeah.
But it's not over yet. 7-2 is the score. It's best of 16.
Yeah, that's true. They still have. But it's getting the air is getting thin. That's true. I don't know. I mean, it's always dangerous to panically switch the tactics as well. I mean, then it could completely fall apart. If they do have good strategies for these 2 flags, maybe they want to try that out.
Honestly, I think at a certain point it's dangerous not to switch the tactics. Like, they can't afford to just lose another round like that. It's going to be a more open flag this time. They have to be drastic. Surely they have to be.
Yeah.
Jubeg's picked up some mail armor, which you noted was an important factor for Swadia here. If they can get 2 rounds ahead, they can start to really tank up.
Mobile, yeah.
Flag gonna spawn now. And I like Doff's position here. They have a pretty central position on the map, which is going to help them out a lot. Spawns over by the lake, which is once again, I mean, of the 2 remaining flags, it's the more closed one, which is going to help them out as well. If they can get an archer into that corner spot, and we know it's a very, very dirty spot, Smiley's going to head straight for it. If they get an archer into there, that's going to help a lot, although it's a short bow, bear in mind, and it's not the most ideal weapon to shoot from that spot. It's a very, very weak bow. The weakest bow, in fact, I believe.
And there's coming the ER calf from the right side.
First kill comes in, it's a bump there from Varangian, and Varangian picks up a double kill now. Gonna take down Jubeg. I'm eating my words as I'm watching this. Doff making this work in spite of no class change setup. Great early start there from Varangian. Doff raising the flag right now. The pressure is on IR. Pardon IR. Sebek jumping into the water, and it's going to slow him down badly. In comes Carpe Diem. He's going to get the cow chance there on Phoenix. IR not out of this yet. They're going to start dismounting on the flag, I think, though, because Doff are raising that fast. They have to dismount. They're not, though. Doff are going to raise this flag. IR are just too far away. They can't get there now. Doff are going to raise the flag. And big mistake there from IR. They're running around with their cav. Yeah, they clearly not paid enough attention to that. Donut picks up 2 kills at the end there, and actually IR did pretty well getting kills at the last second. Varangian's going to drop actually from the cell, which is a big problem for them potentially.
I think it was Kohath and another person with him at the border of the lake, at the pond there.
Phoenix,
there were
I think it was, yeah.
Phoenix, yeah, 2 DOF players, and you saw the ER cav, like 3 or 4 of them were charging into one after another, and those 2 guys survived. It was crazy.
Yeah.
So the whole cav instead of like they were kind of committed then, you know, like instead of being like yeah whatever.
Because they jumped into the lake, which slowed them right down as well, so that caused loads of problems.
But they didn't let go of those two people, and the flag was completely untouched. They could just stand there and raise it.
The problem right now is Varangian, who did great in that last round, has dropped from the server and they've had to bring in Phylon as a substitution, which is not ideal for them at all. That's going to be another infantry instead of another cav.
Huh? That's weird. Why does he need to leave the server?
I'm not sure, maybe he joined the team accidentally, and perhaps he was asked to leave the server so that he wouldn't have spec or anything. That's a normal ruling from Watley there. Thanks to Watley for refereeing the match as well, just at this convenient point.
Oh, okay, I see what you mean. Yeah, now he's stuck to the spectator cam, right?
Yeah.
Like to the fixed point where you can't really see so much. I see. Okay,
The fixed point
that's
where you
smart.
can see the whole map. Whatever, I mean. In any case, Irish Rebels now
Donut.
7-3.
Yeah, they're making it a little bit exciting again. It's also very cool to see this idea to bring new maps in a tournament like this, because you can test the skill on the well-known maps, but right now we are basically also testing the skill about making new tactics, adapting to a new map
Totally
fast.
agree, yeah.
Right?
I
That's
love
awesome.
that as well, yeah. It really,
Yeah,
like,
it's a cool aspect.
I think it really pushes the old teams as well, like it forces them to work more, gives more chance
Yeah.
to newer teams and things like that, which I think really shakes up the scene, makes it a lot more exciting.
I agree, and the new maps might complement a certain playstyle or something, so new teams or even old teams, new players in the old teams might
Yeah.
have a better advantage or a chance to show their skill.
Yeah, I fully agree with that. I think it's great, a great effort that they've brought in a couple of new maps here. Okay, we're seeing early kills coming in here from IR, 2 couch dancers bring down Phoenix and Kohath. Phylon, the substitution taken down as well. Carpe Diem is brought down by Ermanas here, but IR starting to run away with this round realistically. And looks like they're going to be marching forward to an 8-3 lead. Viglaf and Dante still remaining though, and team kill there from Sebek's going to give a chance for the top players to come back in it. Nice kill from Dante there as well. Now it's 3 players against 5, but they can still do this. Down goes Viglaf, and as Viglaf drops, Hope starts to slip away. Dante down to just a sliver of health there, brought down by Drags eventually, and now we have just Smiley remaining. Goes for a bit of a Ronaldo kick there, doesn't pull off, and in comes Donut. Ooh, actually launched his teammate there. Smiley doing some lovely weaving there to stay alive. Takes a hit, eventually he's going to go down here surely, but Smiley being a hero for the time being. Spinning, ducking, weaving. Drags finally takes him down. And Irish Rebels take the 8-3 lead. 2-1 in this set. It's now match point.
Match point, yeah. ER is really good in creating these crossfires. Like, they remain calm, even if they're pushed by a calf or something, they just wait for the calf to go away again, and then they start shooting again.
Yeah. I think IR've just got a great set of archers. I mean, especially against Malta, we saw them do some crazy work. Drags, Jubeg, Sphere, and well, Virus, I guess maybe not here today. But, I mean, they all have the potential to be major influential archers in a game. I want to give a little shout out because you have a couple of tweets. E-Man in there just saying that he's thrown his small time, I'm not going to mention the brand, headset on the floor, and he's ordered his Razer one on Amazon. So clearly,
You missed an awesome moment.
Oh, really? What's happened?
Hopkin dismounted and kicked the shield on the grave, like the ER grave shield.
Oh really? Oh god.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, Eamon, continue. What does Eamon
Well, he
say?
just said that he's ordered himself a Razer headset on Amazon, clearly showing his support for the sponsor there.
Ooh, yeah, very good. High quality stuff.
The fight's broken out here a little bit. Dante's gone down in the meantime.
Yeah,
Drax has got himself an archer spot. In come Doff charging, but they're going to charge into a crossfire a little bit, I think, here. Phylon moving up. Going to try and deal with Drags immediately here. Donut's getting the second kill of the round there. Brings down Gadrick. Ermanas has dropped. And Doff, well, this is not worked out for them at all. They sort of had to push in desperation. Smiley does bring down Sebek, but realistically here they're going to get overwhelmed. Carpe Diem under a lot of pressure. They could bring him down, but actually no, he's the one who's going to be making things work. And I think did he get some sort of cav support somehow from up there? That's insane. Warringham did a nice little lance kill, I think, somehow to support him. Violin and some of the last remaining players. The last hopes left for Doff in this tournament. Nice couch, or nice bump, kick slash there from Smiley, but that's going to be the end of the set. And the end of the match, Irish Rebels win 9-3. We're going to have a short break, and I think we're going to try and get into the setup here. So see you in a bit. Okay, we're going to move into the post-game now, and yeah, looks like Irish Rebels, just too much for Doff, let's face it. 9-3, a lot of people expected the Irish Rebels to come back and win this match. That would mean they go through second in the group, and they'll be playing its Legend in the quarterfinals, the first of our second place matches to be completed, which is really cool. I think the great thing about streaming this game is that we've been able to stream every single Group C match, which I'm really proud of. So the full story is on MBTV for you to watch.
For everyone.
It's been an exciting story as well. It's cool to see the rematch come into play, which can happen. And
yeah, it gives hope. Like the rematch can go different than the first match.
So it has
keep that in mind, guys.
Very different in this case. And poor old Dolph. I mean, I think it was that second set that really broke them. Going down 4-0.
And maybe also I talked to a few guys. It was a long tournament now, like so many exciting matches, and you always have to prepare. And maybe Silk Road was a little bit too much to find tactics for.
That's possibly true. Yeah. I mean, they played on the Thursday, so they had less time to prepare for this match as well. And also, I mean, they've been through the qualifiers too, so they've had like 3 weeks of tough matches before this. So I guess a bit of fatigue coming into play. That makes sense. Very well done to them anyway. They've had a great tournament, and Dov have really shown a lot of people like what they're capable of. I think
they made a name for themselves.
Definitely,
definitely.
Credits to them for building a good team, very respectable team. Irish Rebels though now starting to up their game. They're starting to look like a scary team. I think they could do really well against Legend as well. That could be an exciting quarter-final.
They're living up to the hype.
Yeah, the hype, the Irish Rebels hype. SRC players. I want to bring in some IR players for an interview here. I don't know if we can try and find them, contact them. That would be great.
Did I ask Boris?
Let's ask Boris, see who can come. In the meantime, do tweet in, tell us what you thought of the match, tell us what you thought of the Silk Road map intro. And yeah, tweet in, keep chat busy. I really want to get an interview here and see what IR are thinking. We've spoken to them in the past, and I've spoken to them personally as well. They're a very nice bunch. Are you a fan of IR?
Well, I mean, I know them from the DNL. I know them from the DNL, and actually, like we talked about this today, it's really interesting. German teams are very competitive towards each other,
God,
I think. I mean, ORP is coming back now. Maybe hype for that. Shout out to ORP. I heard that they are regathering.
Order of the Rising People.
Ooh, they're rising again. I really like to hear that. I think I like ORP a little bit more. A few players of them, if it's between ER and ORP, but on the other side, I mean, it's just in general awesome to see German teams perform like that. And I know ER is international now.
You still consider them a German team? Yeah, sorry, you were going on to that. You were segued into it. Carry on.
Yeah, they are considered international now, but in my mind, I think they have this German core, and that's what will stay. You know, after this ECS, people will go. But I think this German core will stay, so...
I agree with that as well, and I think they admitted that in the interview with Drags, which you can read on the Facebook page, MMP Comp, definitely check that out. Okay, so I think we're going to have Sphere and Carpe Diem. Sphere is a veteran of the channel anyway, we've had him on a horse and sword before as well, and Carpe Diem's gone on for interviews many times, so we're going to move to the interview stage there and bring them in right about now.